This is your before and after story. Prepare for an incredible career in nursing. At Southeastern College, experience expert hands-on training. Learn real-world skills in our professional lab and simulated settings. And train for opportunities as a practical nurse, registered nurse, or career advancement with our RN to BSN program. At Southeastern College, your future is bright. Visit sec.edu to get started.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. We're doing another deep dive today. And, well, let's just say it looks like we've got a serious case of Cavs versus Warriors fever to unpack.
Yeah, some really interesting stuff here.
We've got this collection of search terms, and they're all pointing to this one matchup. The Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Golden State Warriors.
And we're going to see if we can figure out exactly what's so fascinating about this particular game, right?
That's right. We're going to see if we can figure out what was going on in your mind when you were searching for all of this stuff.
Exactly.
So first off, we're seeing a lot of searches just for basic info. Cavs versus Warriors, Warriors game, Cavs game.
Yeah, it seems like you just wanted to get all the information you could about this game, like, right away.
Right, like who played, what happened, the essentials.
Exactly.
But then we get into some more specific searches. We're seeing names like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell popping up.
Now, these guys are both Cavaliers players, right?
Right.
Interesting. No Warriors players, though, huh?
Not a single one. What do you make of that?
Well, it's pretty clear to me that you were primarily focused on the Cavs' performance in this game. Like, you were really dialed into how those specific players did.
It really does seem that way.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a big clue as we dig deeper into these search terms.
For sure. And now we're also seeing a lot of searches for the score of the game. And not just for one team, but for both the Cavs and the Warriors.
Oh, so it wasn't just about finding out who won or lost.
No, definitely not.
This is interesting. It seems like you were really invested in the actual outcome of the game, like maybe even more than just watching the highlights, right?
Right. Exactly.
So now I'm wondering, were you checking to see if it was a close game or maybe a blowout? Or maybe you even had a bet riding on the outcome?
Ooh, that's a good point.
All those things could definitely explain why you were so focused on the score.
Okay, so this is where things start to get really, really interesting.
All right, let's hear it.
There's this one search in particular that just jumps out. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Golden State Warriors match player stats. Now, that is not something a casual fan would search for.
Oh, absolutely not. That's someone who's really trying to understand the game at a much deeper level.
Right.
I mean, you were looking at individual player contributions, maybe even comparing them across both teams.
It's almost like you were doing your own post-game analysis here.
Totally. This is someone who's really thinking critically about the game and not just passively watching it.
Definitely. And then there are all these different ways you search for the team. Sometimes you use the full team names. Other times you just put GGW for the Warriors.
Right. And there were variations on Cavaliers Warriors, too.
Like sometimes with a dash, sometimes without.
Yeah, it's almost like a fingerprint, you know?
Totally.
Everyone has their own unique way of searching, and this just shows how natural and spontaneous those searches can be. But rest assured, we've captured it all.
Exactly. All right, so let's recap what we've learned here. We're dealing with a dedicated Cavs fan, someone who's deeply invested in how their team performed against the Warriors.
And not just invested, but analytical. They're digging into the details, looking at player stats, trying to understand the nuances of the game.
Okay, now I've got a question for you, and I think it's a question our listeners should be asking themselves too.
I'm all ears.
Given your interest in the player stats, was there a specific matchup within the game that you were especially focused on? Like maybe how Darius Garland matched up against Steph Curry or Klay Thompson? Because that's a logical next step based on what we're seeing here.
Absolutely. That's a fantastic point. And it's something that wasn't explicitly stated in the search terms, but it's definitely a question worth considering.
Totally. Well, that's our deep dive for today. Hope you enjoyed this little journey into the mind of a Cavs fan.
And who knows, maybe this has sparked some new questions or insights for you as you think back on that Cavs-Warriors matchup.
All right, everyone, thanks for listening.
See you next time.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.